things would start happening. Pans would drop for no reason at all. I'd see shadows in the hallway, out of the corner of my eye.
Okay.
One time a waitress left the kitchen, went out in the dining room, and the microwave came on, and nobody was even near it. So when she came back, I asked her, I said, "Did you turn the microwave?" She said, "No." But this happened many, many years ago.
Okay.
And then a lady that was in 255,
Right.
her name was Anita Conklin. And she stayed around for about, approximately 6 weeks.
Right.
She was the one that was seen on the couch in 255.
Oh, okay.
That
On
was-
250 on the couch.
Yeah, because she had lived in this place for years and years and years. Her husband lived here before she and her husband lived here. And when she passed away in that room, we remodeled it and everything, but right after we had remodeled it, 2 fishermen came in and went in that room, and the one had gone to the restroom and come back out of because the restroom is here, or bathroom, and then you got a bedroom, and then the living room is on the other side, and he came through, and as he was going to walk into the living room, he seen a lady sitting on his couch. And to verify this, the lady that's going to be here in the morning, she could verify the 2 fishermen came down those steps. I mean, like zoom.
They're like, we're at it.
Yeah, they're not staying.
Vaughn, and I work here today. I've been working here for several years,
About how long you been working?
about 18, 19 years. I started out working as a night auditor, and now work as the day shift clerk here.
I know there was a story we were talking about earlier. What are the other significant things that you remember seeing here and things that have happened?
I know in particular one night I came in, Roger, who was another desk clerk, he was working 3 to 11, and he had problems here. I can't remember exactly what happened. It was something he needed me to help him do. And I come in, and at the same time that I got here, the general manager, who was Krista Hill, was coming up at the same time. And the phone was ringing. I went round and I answered the phone because he was taking care of another customer at the time. And it was a guest calling from room 126. He had been calling several times. Roger explained he kept saying that kids were disturbing him. He couldn't sleep. So when I got on the phone with him, he was a little agitated. So I told him that I would take care of it. I hung up the phone and I went down to that room, which is on the first floor. And I went outside. I didn't see any kids. Then I went down by the lounge, the entrance door on the outside there, and I went there and there was no kids there. So I came back and I told Roger and Chris, I said, "It's strange, I don't see any kids." I said, "Maybe they saw me coming and left." Then he called back again, and I looked down. That system we had, you can tell what room was calling,
Was it the old switchboard you got up front, or was it a slightly newer?
I believe it was the old one.
Oh, that's okay.
And so Chris answered the phone, and this time the man is very upset. He was cussing. He didn't realize he was talking to the manager, and she identified herself as the manager and that she would take care of it. So she told him that she would go down herself. And then when she went to go down, I said, "Why don't we go together?" So we went down the hall. She went outside. I told her I'd meet her. I went out the end of the hallway, and we both met up, and there was no kids. So we come back. I said, maybe the man, had a few too many drinks. I don't know what his problem is, because I definitely don't hear any kids. The man heard us, and he stepped outside. And he said, he invited us into his room so that we can hear the kids. And honestly, you step into the man's room, you can hear like kids were having a party, teenagers, like you can hear voices and laughing. And I stepped back outside. I told him, I said, "Okay, we will take care of it." And I stepped back out, and she didn't know what was on my mind. I wanted to hear whether the noise was coming from upstairs or, where about. How can the kids get away from us if we both went, sandwiched them in and we still didn't see them? So I stepped back into the room to see. The man didn't know what I was up to, to see whether the noise was coming from upstairs. And actually, it was not. It sounded like it was coming from the walls, and I thought, okay, we'll take care of it. So we left, and I told her, I said, I noticed that the sound wasn't coming from upstairs. I said, well, I'm going to check, because I'm very curious. I said, I will check to make sure that the noise is not coming from the room above his. And I asked Roger, was anybody in the room? He said, no. I checked the bucket, which when people check in, we do paperwork and we put the registration forms in the bucket. There was nothing there. That particular night, we were very slow. We didn't hardly have anybody on the upstairs area. We were told that, if we're slow, we try to keep everybody in one area, like all downstairs, instead of sending the maze here and there.
Yeah.
I went up anyway and looked in the rooms. There was nobody hardly on that floor. And so that
you didn't hear anything when you were up there?
I did not hear anything. So that means that noise couldn't have been coming from upstairs.
Right.
And I told her, I said, it sounded like it coming from, the walls or something. But we absolutely didn't hear anything. I didn't. I checked it and I didn't hear anything upstairs.
You guys even went outside as well.
Yes. And so when I got back down to the front desk, I said, there is nobody in those rooms. I said, I can't explain why. I said, but I know I heard noise. I heard kids. It's like they were playing, like they was having a party. They was laughing. They was having a good time. So that morning when the man, he called back again, and we told him that we took care of it, that we called the police, because he suggested that we call the police. He was cussing and everything, so I told him, yes, we would call the police and that would take care of that. Now, he didn't call back again, but when he got ready to check out that morning, which I was coming in at 7, when I got here, he mentioned about the noise. He forgot that I was one of the ones that went into his room that that night. So I told him, we did call the police or whatever. And he said, I said, how long did it last after the police came? He said he finally went to sleep, but it didn't stop just like that. So we gave him a discount on his room, and he left.
Yeah, and you were telling me something recently about a dishwasher. What happened with that, man?
See, I wasn't here when that happened. I was told that the dishwasher saw a little girl coming down the hall, back there in the kitchen, and that it scared him. But he quit.
Yeah, he quit.
He apparently went and applied for a job somewhere else, and he went one day to the store for the chef, and he come back and he quit. It scared him real bad.
Yeah.
He said he saw a little girl.